Hello and welcome to our in-depth review of Brimstone, new movie by Martin Koolhoven. I'm Sander.
I'm Pim.
And we're gonna go into all the details, talk about all the spoilers. So first things first, what did you think about the story structure?
I liked it because the titles of the acts or the chapters, I think, also had a biblical title.
Yeah, it's like
and it started the one with the chapter after the first one was started with Revelation. So and I was like, that's not. That's how it started at the beginning. It's Genesis.
Yeah, that's not how it goes.
Hey, I wasn't brought up like this. But yeah, I liked it what you said in the non-spoiler review. It kind of created little arcs with their own padding and build up and stuff, and key moments, which made it very interesting to watch.
Yeah,
for me,
I think it was a really cool way to. I really think that the story benefited from the fact that it wasn't told chronologically. Mm-hmm. I think it really added to the suspense of wanting to find out how things ended up the way they did. When the first chapter starts, or when the whole first chapter, you're not aware that the next chapter is going to take place before what you're watching now, and so that kind of took me a bit by surprise. At first I was looking at the characters like, well, is this the same woman? But she's talking, I was kind of puzzling it out. But I think it worked really well because it wasn't distracting me from the events. Of the movie.
And it wasn't also it was also done intelligently because it wasn't just pointing a finger at her and saying, "Hey, that's the character. That's Dakota Fanning. She has her tongue and she can talk and stuff."
Yeah.
You kind of figure it out. Like toward the end, they give the big hint of the two moles.
Yeah.
On the neck.
Yeah.
But I also really liked that it's such a different setting from where you start. You start in a friendly town. Not really, but friendly, God-fearing.
God-fearing community.
And then the next is in a cat house. And then you kind of start to move back a little towards the ending is like a new build-up life for her.
I think the way it went was that you had the first chapter and some shit goes down, and then the next two chapters are both take place before the first chapter.
Yeah.
And then the final chapter is takes place after the first, the one that you saw first. And it was the big finale.
Yeah. Yeah, it started in the 2/3 of the way there.
Yeah. Exactly. I think it would be very interesting to watch the movie again, because then, especially the first chapter, it will have a very different context, because then because the Reverend and the woman, Dakota Fanning, they were talking. Well, actually, the Reverend was talking to her. They weren't talking.
Yeah, before you knew he is her father.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He was talking some stuff to her, and what the fuck does he mean? But if you watch it now, then you know exactly what they're talking about.
They allude to a history, but it takes a while before that history is revealed.
Yeah, exactly.
The chapter immediately afterwards, then she kind of is sold by the Chinese couple to the cat house.
Yeah.
And then the next chapter reveals her childhood and all that stuff,
I think especially because the thing I'm referring to is he's sitting at the table at her house, and he's talking about your daughter is almost a woman already. And when you see it the first time, it's kind of like an arbitrary thing to say.
Kind of weird, but
But when you see it now, after you've seen the film,
the context,
that's so fucked up, man.
Yeah, man. You can tell that Martin Koolhoven doesn't really like religion that much.
I wouldn't describe it as an anti-religious movie, but it's just
exposing the extremes of what it can do to you.
Exactly.
Because it's really, really fucked up.
Yeah, it really is
it's not a happy family.
No, it's not a happy family.
And that whole stuff with the mother of her, played by Carice van Houten.
Man, that fucking scene where she drops in the middle of the church. Yeah, oh man, it was so good.
And I like the fact that every character wasn't safe. like you thought with when Jon Snow came
Snow,
onto the scene,
yeah.
you think, okay, that's kind of a relationship, and maybe it goes bad after they escape or something.
Yeah.
But no, he threatens the Reverend with a gun,
Yeah.
her father, and he turns it around
Yeah,
and
he
shoots
shoots him in the
head.
fucking head. Yeah,
And
it
that's
was brutal, man.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. And also they showed it like so without any special effects or something or
No.
weird camera angles. No, it was just okay. You see the guy getting shot in the head.
Yeah, and that's it. They don't
Yeah,
cut
that's
away or anything.
Yeah.
It just
It remains in frame for a while. So
yeah, that was it's pretty intense.
the only thing I didn't mention in the spoiler-free review is the ending. The way the priest,
The
Reverend dies. It wasn't very. They could have done more with it. Like they could have made it more impactful or more of a struggle to.
I know what you mean. It's kind of after they make they went through so much trouble to like portray all this desperation and like portray that really hit home the fact that she doesn't stand a chance basically, and then it's kind of too easy.
Yeah, and they also kind of tiptoe around the fact that he may be like some supernatural kind of figment of imagination, vengeful spirit kind of deal. You also have that theme going through it, and then the way he dies also like he's burning alive, and he starts rattling off about whatever hell or something, you know.
Yeah.
And then he gets shot to flies through the window, and I thought it was a kind of like a And
they really like when he got shot. They really pulled a Tarantino. It's not like he stumbles and he falls out of the window. No, he really like he
gets
launched out of the window. It's pretty.
I think
pretty over the top.
I would like it if his death was more ambiguous, as in he falls into a ravine or he gets taken by I don't know the river or something or something like that. That you never really know if he's really dead, but they kind of made it clear. Okay, he's burning alive and he gets shot and he falls out of a window. So
No, I have to. Yeah, I agree with you there. We already talked about it a little bit. I think as far as the ending goes,
the real ending?
the whole. I don't know, but like the whole act or the chapter, like the last chapter.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was my least favorite of the entire movie.
Yeah, it started out well because you have that snowstorm.
Yeah, and the little
and then
the little boy
gets owned.
Yeah.
I like that part, and the stuff in the house was also alright, but it kind of I don't know. It was kind of a sizzle or something like. You know? Yeah,
they could have definitely made it more impactful. I think.
Yeah, you would have had even more trouble.
For me, it was kind of like a stylistic change from the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Especially the last half of the last chapter, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was kind of a bummer for me.
Yeah, and then you have the separate ending, right, where she drowns and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's for me also because it starts with that shot of the bullets going through the water.
Yeah.
So basically, you start where it ends, but I don't know. They really didn't do anything to build up to that or something. So they might as well have left it out. I think they just did it because it looked cool as an opening shot.
Yeah, I think so too. But I liked the ending as in it's pretty unfair. It isn't a Hollywood ending as in she gets arrested for a murder she didn't commit because she had to flee from her father who killed someone.
But it's... The whole movie's like that for me. Like it's not Hollywood at all. Like everybody, nobody gets away. Like literally nobody. All because of that. Like everybody she tries to save dies except for her daughter.
Yeah, and
it's not like they're like it's not like quick and painless deaths either. Like it's fucked up.
No, her husband's death was the most like brutal. Yeah. I think that was also kind of an acting that actor also kind of
Annoyed you?
annoyed me, as in it didn't represent the pain he would have had with his intestine hanging out.
No, that's very true.
It was kind of like he was kind of like I was sleeping, like well, guess you're gonna shoot me now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah.
not really like, okay, my intestines are hanging out, and it kind of hurts.
It can hurt.
yeah.
I have no idea. Maybe he was like so high on adrenaline that he's like, but
Yeah.
I agree. He was not like screaming in pain or anything.
Yeah, or sweating, or what you have with like.
And
pure
I think
panic and
just
agony.
the fact that he was still alive was also kind of pretty.
Yeah, there wasn't what
Because they did
but-
kind of make it look as if he'd been laying there for a while, you know?
Yeah.
A couple of hours probably. I don't know how long you would make it with your fucking intestines hanging out.
No, because I also found it weird that there was almost no blood loss.
Yeah, it was a little pool of blood.
Yeah, he would have died out. He would have
I think he would have bled out.
Yeah, before they would even find him.
Because he was also stabbed.
Yeah, he just stabbed him and then also cut
No, I
him
think
open,
I think it was a separate stab.
separate stab.
Separate stabbings over here.
It was just the check stab
Yeah.
to see if he's stabbable,
Yeah,
and then cut him
stabbable.
open.
No, because
Yeah, I don't know if it was one. I think he gutted him like in one.
yeah, okay.
go.
So it's like the Sudoku.
Yeah, the seppuku kimono. Yeah. Rest of the movie is.
Yeah, I
Good.
think
Only the runtime is really was 2.5 hours.
yeah, it was too long, definitely. I liked pacing wise. I liked the fact they split it up into several chapters and they kind of it unfolds in a very interesting way.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they could have shaved off at least 15 minutes of every chapter. Maybe not the last one because that was pretty short. But the first 3 chapters, I think they're all.
Yeah, they could have been. Yeah,
I think they're all like 45 minutes each.
I think so. Yeah.
So it was pretty. I think they could have shaved off a couple.
Yeah, and they could have ramped it up in the beginning too, because it takes a while before it really starts to set off,
That's very true.
and it's not all relevant to the plot. I think.
Yeah, exactly. That whole stuff with the
Delivering the baby
delivering the
and-
babies in the beginning. It
Yes,
really
he
did.
delivers a baby, and then you also have, I think, in the church also
Yeah.
delivery
Yeah,
of
and
a
she has to choose between either the baby or the mother.
yeah, because
And that's like in the beginning they kind of set it up that the reverend is after her because of that.
yeah,
But the thing is that it never comes back in the final chapter, which is supposed to take place right afterwards.
yeah, exactly, yeah. It's also it's a kind of a weird plot.
There's some
Device.
little things there that are like not used
No,
to their
and
full
also
potential. So
I think the reveal of she's I don't know when the reverend first enters the church,
yeah,
she has her back turned towards the main room,
yeah,
or the main path towards towards the stage.
yeah.
Cool. And she reacts when she hears his voice,
Yeah.
like pretty
oh,
intense.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we already kind of sense a conflict here, of course, and she doesn't want to look at him or meet him or whatever. So I think that's already a pretty good setup of starting out the story with, okay, something's going on here,
Yeah.
and that's our starting point, and we're gonna
Yeah, I think that would have worked perfectly.
yeah, and the whole baby killing thing, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was an interesting plot line, but it didn't
No, it didn't.
amount to anything. So
No.
it's I don't know. Like, to be honest, I kind of forgot about it even until we were just brought
Until
it
you
up.
mentioned it, by the way.
Because it's really not resolved at all in the final act.
No.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to say about Brimstone?
No, go watch the movie. Even if it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I
It's
would
pretty
definitely
cool.
recommend it. It's definitely. I mean, I wouldn't watch it again. I think. At least
Maybe a year
At least
from
not
now.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
just because it's kind of a long, like it's a trial of your patience. Let me put it that way.
It's long and sometimes pretty slow paced.
I mean, I think in the cinema, you can't go anywhere, so it works. But I think at home I would get distracted watching this movie.
Yeah,
like pretty easily.
Good point. Yeah.
So go watch it in the cinema, guys.
Maybe we'll release it in director's cut of 4 hours or something.
I hope not.
No.
If there's one movie that would not benefit from something like that, it's this one.
Yeah.
All right. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe,
leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
What's your opinion
what
of
you
the
think
movie?
about Brimstone? Like us on Facebook,
iTunes, Instagram.
You can't like on iTunes, bruh.
I don't care. It's Apple. I don't give.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you anyway. Bye, guys. See you next time.
Start music.